Welcome to my channel, my beautiful people, my beautiful hummingbirds. I think that all of us are like little birds. I know it sounds silly. I always tell my grandkids, I say to them, let's see, what do you want to be? I want to be a hummingbird. That one wants to be an eagle. So I've been thinking about my grandkids. I've been missing them. I haven't seen them in a bit. But I welcome you all to my channel, The Mystical Hummingbird. And I wish that you had some good days, a good week. I know that a lot of things are happening on the earth right now, here in America, all over the world. Fires, wars, so many things that are affecting us as a community, as a planet. I remember telling you on my last video, and I forgot to mention the name of the author. It was Viktor Frankl. This man, this wonderful book that I read many, many years ago. The something happiness, Man's Search for Happiness. I believe that all of us are looking for happiness. I believe that we're all seeking, searching for happiness. Many people don't know where happiness is, and they don't really. I think most people just live life. You know what I mean? They just live life without really unintentional. They just live life unintentional. And I feel that it is so important because everything that we do should be intentional, because we only get one chance here. Well, I believe in other lives. I've lived other lives. Not everyone believes that. But when I say we get one chance in this vessel. In this time that I am in here, I get one chance at life. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But I have to say, if we are conscious of what we're doing, we can make changes. We can do things that can make a difference in our world, in our lives. Whatever we do, like Gandhi said, we need to be the change. But we need to be valiant. We need to be courageous. We need to be daring. We need to get out of our little comfort zones. It's nice to be in a comfort zone. I love my mate or my coffee or my tea and my little blankie and just cuddle up in a snowy night and forget the world and watch a really romantic, cool movie that I think, what did I watch that for? But then, or just read a book, or just, Okay, so I have asked what I should bring to you this time. And because I've been seeing, I've been watching and observing our planet, I am an observer of sorts. I kind of stand behind the lines and I watch people. I observe. There's one thing that I've loved to do when I used to live in Europe. I used to live in a little city. It wasn't that small, but it was called Odense, and it was the town of Hans Christian Andersen, the place where he was born. And it was a very quaint town. It was beautiful. There were markets on Wednesdays and Saturdays where you could go buy, you go on your bike and you go buy eggs and flowers and little things, for the week or for the weekend. And I remember that I used to love to watch people walk. Elderly people, young people, anybody. Moms in their prams with their babies, and push the prams and push the babies, and I used to love to watch them, and I still do. I still love to observe people, especially elderly people that are holding hands. It's just very unusual. We don't really see that as much anymore. And I think that we should become, well, I can only speak of myself, of what I like. I like to observe people. Like when I travel, I watch them. Like if I'm in the airplane, most people don't say anything to anybody. Nobody talks to each other. I'm not like that. I like to say hi, and if they drop something or if they need something, the person that's next to me, I always say something. I like to, um, I like to involve myself, but this is something innate in me. It just comes natural to me because I love people. I made some of my best friends I made in the airplane, in my different travels. Um, and they're just amazing people, and it's just so interesting that I get these souls that vibe like me, that think like me, that are very um, open to life. Now, I know that we attract what we are inside, and now I'm in a different state of mind that my life has changed. My life is actually evolving. Every day it evolves more and more and more. Every day I feel like it's something more is adhered to my surrounding, to my experience. Okay, I was thinking about Mother Earth, okay? Especially after these fires, when these fires in California and all the pain that people are going through, and people want questions, and there's all types of um, comments. Some people have made some really nasty comments. Oh, well, they deserve it. You know, they are the rich and they can afford to get another house. And wow, we are human beings, whether you're rich or poor. If you cut yourself, it will hurt. If you lose a member of your family, you will cry, you will be sad. If your puppy gets run over or dies, whether you're rich or poor, you will feel it. We need to get back to compassion. We need to get back to who we really truly are. So I talked to Mother Earth. You know, you guys, I have a relationship with my creator, with my lion, my Abba, my favorite, my best friend in the whole world. He is my best friend, and his son, Jesus the Christ, is my best friend as well. We talk almost every day. And Mother Earth, she's part of me, as she's part of you. But I know she's part of me. The many times that I've been in her waters, whether it's in the oceans or whether it's in lakes, and drank her water from in the mountains, that is so cool and refreshing and crisp, and there's nothing like nature. Mother Nature is our mother. Mother Nature is part of us. We're part of her, and it is a gift for us to be here, to be walking upon her. I feel that we need to remember this. I feel that we need to invoke her name and love her, and in a way, maybe even not like in a sense of worshiping, because I feel that to worship is a devotion. Like I love God, I'm devoted to God, I am God's and He's mine. Like we belong to each other. He's my beloved. And I feel that Mother Earth is also mine. I am her and she is me. When she embraced me with her waters, when I was so sad, there was no comfort in my heart when I was going through sad times in my life, and she told me, come to my waters, I will heal you. And I wasn't afraid. I went there, I took all my clothes off, and it was at 11 o'clock at night. It wasn't 11 because I got off from work at 11. I drove for about a half hour. It was about 11:30, okay? And I would park my car away so the police would not see my car, and I walked myself down the steps because you needed to walk down to this one place, and I went into her waters, and it was a pond. It was amazing. when I've been in her oceans and I felt of her waves, and when I dance with her in the waters. She's alive, like you are, like I am. She has a voice. I will tell you of a dream, a most magical dream. I have many, I have hundreds of dreams since I was a little girl. And I have many dreams with Mother Nature. I asked, and she told me that I should speak about her. And I did some research on some of the things that I wasn't sure of. But I woke up one morning and had many thoughts in my mind this last week. So I wrote. I take notes, everything that's in here and in here. I write down. I'm going to share with you some sentiments that I've written for her. And these are her words. This moment, silence holds me captive, and I willingly surrender to my inner mystery. From deep within the void, the nature of my origins were thus formed. A mass with different layers, chemical components, comprise four crucial elements: air, water, earth, fire, to work in unison harmoniously, providing life, giving life. Therefore, becoming a revered goddess of all flora and fauna, with an intelligent ecosystem that is both nurturing, powerful, grasping the interconnectedness of all living matter. This I am. Mankind has bestowed many names upon my existence. Doghom, one of the earliest given me by the Proto-Indo-European cosmology, being the giver of all life and the receiver of all that died. Hotu, the Chinese queen of the earth, deity of deep earth and soil. Terra Mater, Roman for earth mother. Yor, earth, land, from the Old Norse religion. Gaia, being the Greek goddess of the earth. Bhumi, goddess in Hinduism. Amalur, from Basque mythology, being the mother to both sun, moon, mother of earth. Pachamama, mother of the earth, to the indigenous people of the Andes in South America. For thousands of years, I have supplied humanity with my many resources: air, water, food, shelter, all necessary for survival. All I have ever provided was and is ever a gift to mankind. I am the personification of motherhood. My grounds and rich dark soils are fertile. There is no selfishness in my ecosystem, for all planted is multiplied into abundance. One seed becomes hundreds of fruits. I supply this entire planet, both in land and waters, with an abundant, exuberant, lavish harvest to delight both great and small. I am one with spirit, thus both the giver and the taker. I sustain all life on earth. I birth the skies, waters, rivers, streams, oceans. I preside over harvest, embody the mountains, and mother to both sun and moon. The planets in the solar system work on my behalf. I have 7 continents. One is Africa, Asia, Australia, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and North America. Most of humanity lives in these great masses of my body, cradling humanity as a mother with her children. I also have 5 oceans, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and Antarctic Ocean. I produce earthquakes to awaken humanity to connect to their souls. I have been endowed with immense power. I am an ever-present, independent deity who controls fertility, preside over the continents, oceans, skies, and weathers. I am the mother of humanity. Without me, she cannot survive. I am the inspiration of poets. I delight in the joy of those that walk upon me. Yet my bowels cry at the incessant hatred, the negative emotions that abide within and around my continents, the wars, egoism, lack of will, crime against humanity, lack of love, mistrust between brothers, governments that seek only power, the misuse of my divine resources, the inconsideration of mankind, of their treatment towards me. I have been defiled, burned, but the greatest harm done to me is the emotion of disgust and hatred that mankind still holds on to, and fear. My waters cannot continue to hold such filth. The ripple effect of people's emotions affect my atmosphere, my soils, my waters, my air, and all sustaining matter. I long for humankind to unite as one, as true brothers, and love themselves and do good acts of service and let go of hatred. You are only visitors here. You do not own me. I give you the privilege to walk upon me, and I have yet to hear a word of thanks, of gratefulness for the gift allowed to live, to have a life sustained by me. Ancient people devoted days to give thanks for their crops, for their life, for all I provided them with. They poured their best milks, honey, flower blossoms, and their love, and they blessed the soils and grounds they walked upon. To bring my children to remembrance of who I really am. This I got some days ago, and I felt her, and I feel her daily. I will share a dream I had with her, one of the many that I've had with her. Mother Earth truly is a goddess. Mother Earth is an entity. She's a spirit being, like I am in this vessel. Mother Earth is within the vessel of the earth, and she's spirit, and she's powerful. She's beautiful. You know, we've seen like the Walt Disney movies when we see Moana, and we've seen, you know, in cartoon like. I saw her in my dream because I talk to Mother Earth always. I enter her flowers. I've learned to do this. Let me show you in a minute. This, you see, is just a rose, right? Just like a plain rose. It's not a plain rose. She has a stem. She has thorns, which I cut because so I won't cut my fingers. There's leaves. And I remember in my class in biology when I was in school in Chile, I've always been fascinated by Mother Earth and all her everything, from the insects, the flowers, the plants, everything. And I remember when our teacher would tell us, you know, the stem is this way, and then the liquids, the water that drops, the dew, it goes down, and then it goes into the plant, and it helps the plant grow, and it goes down to the roots. But I learned, someone taught me something really special. And you know what's interesting? Most flowers don't have smell when you buy them at the grocery store because they've been picked and they've traveled, and thousands of miles. Most of the roses, like this one here, came from South America. It came from Colombia. Colombia grows roses and many other flowers that are sold here in the United States. When I used to live in Europe, I also used to see roses and other flowers from Colombia. But also there, tulips that are grown throughout Europe, especially in Holland, because that's where mostly they come from. But I have to tell you, I learned something really special that I've taught my grandchildren. You can take a rose, any flower, you can speak to her. The rose, what I'm looking at right now, the first thing that you see is the color, right? Bright yellow. And I love yellow roses. For me, I love all flowers. And it's hard for me to say, I have to say plumerias are by far my favorite, and I think it's the smell. I love the smell of plumerias. I adore the smell of roses. Yellow roses don't have much of a scent, but lavender color roses and some specific roses have a very sweet, beautiful, beautiful smell, beautiful aroma, like freesias and all the other flowers. But I'm going to tell you and share something with you about Mother Earth. She grew this for me. Look how perfect it is. Look how the petals intertwining into each other, going inside and like in a circle, like in a circular motion. Like the earth is round, the moon is round, our eyes are round. And when mothers are pregnant, they have a round belly. And our babies are inside of us. And they grow in the dark. This flower was grown in the dark, under the earth. The seed was under the ground, and with the heat of the sun and the water and the rains, it created this beautiful rose. And the process of it, when she started to grow and then she blossoms and then she gets longer, the stems get longer, and then you see this tiny little bud, and then it starts opening up. And I've watched it. I have picked them out completely. And if you look like deep, deep, deep inside, look, it keeps on going around and around, around and around and around and around and around and around, around and around, like in a dance. I know I'm a deep person. I know I'm unique, I'm different. But like I've told you before, I love me. I cannot see another way of living life. Appreciating, excuse me, appreciating everything in this dance called life. I should have brought me some water. And if I stop the video now, I won't be able to get back with it again. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to tell you. When I practice meditation, I close my eyes, and I was taught this. You still yourself, you quiet yourself, and then you see the flower in front of you, and then you touch the petals with your hands, and you are in your mind, but you're touching the petals, and you touch the stem, you see the color, and then you close your eyes, and when your eyes are closed, then you can smell her. Okay, for me, flowers are feminine. Okay, because I feel that like everything is, there's like a feeling to it, like a rock. A rock feels for me male. The femininity of a flower is one of the most exquisite things that we have in nature, that Mother Earth has provided for us. So when you go into this petal, you start touching them. And then, like this one little cartoon of this one girl, uh, Thumbelina. I think you probably have seen it. I've watched it with my grandkids. And she came out of a flower. And there's some Chinese, I love Chinese, I love anime, but there's these special Chinese movies that are really magical that I just love. They have amazing, the cinematography is so beautiful, and they do something, I don't know how they do it, but they have things like they'll have a baby come out of a flower there. I mean, it's like really way out there stuff, really magical. But so let me get back to this again. You see yourself in the flower, you feel yourself, and then you start, as the petals, as you see the flower, you see the petals moving themselves, and then you start walking inside of her. Because when I did it, I started walking inward towards the inside of the flower. So what I did, I made myself, I made myself little, and then I started walking inside, and then I started moving, like removing, kind of like doors, but they weren't doors. It was the, how do I say, it was the petals, but it seemed like there were doors, but they weren't doors because it's the flower itself. So imagine going through each one of the petals, in like this. Look at my finger, that's going in like this. See? There, and it's going in, it's going in, it's going inward and inward and inward. Let me tell you, when you go into the inside of things, you discover you. You can go inside a rock, you can go inside a blueberry. I know you probably might think I'm completely insane, but you know what? I love my insanity because it makes my life magical. Now look at this. What I just did from opening her up. Look what happens. She's magical, and her color is so vibrant. A yellow rose, to me, it expresses friendship. This is the feeling that I get when I see a yellow rose. I think of friendship. I love yellow roses. I love pink roses. I love red roses. I love lavender color roses. And they're all my favorite. I can't say one in particular is my favorite. They're all my favorite. And I love kisses. Those are called kisses. They're the tiny, tiny ones. They're called kisses. And I love that name for them. So going inside this rose, you keep on going inside, you keep on going inside, and then you find the center. When you find the center, you find yourself. Because we are one with the rose. We become one with the rose. You should try it. But try to get a flower that smells, because when it smells, it becomes more alive within you. And I often close my eyes when I'm talking because I see things inside of in my third eye here. I see it, so it's easier to describe for me. Look how beautiful she is. She's absolutely beautiful. And Mother Earth she deserves to have our love. We need to take care of her because she is our home. You know, when I was little, I never felt at home here. I was little, I lived in Chile. I had a loving family. My parents were very good to me, my grandparents, my grandmother. There was one member that wasn't very, very nice. I already told you what happened, but I've forgiven that person. And I know that they were also hurting because they had also been abused. It was no excuse for that to happen to me, but I'm just saying that we need to be understanding and we need to be compassionate of others because we don't know what those people they have walked and what they have gone through. I just feel that life is a privilege. It is a privilege to walk on this earth and experience this. And Earth, Mother Earth, I'll show you something that I'm very, I'm a lover of all that's natural in nature, everything. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Hold on. Look at this crystal. Look at the inside of her. Look. Look how amazing she is. You see this beautiful crystal that came from Mother Earth. She has minerals, she has gold, she has silver, she has mines. Um, so many things. Look, look at this crystal. Look at the story that it must have, how old it is. And some that are cut. You know, I'm going to tell you one day. I'll tell you the dream in a minute with Mother Earth, but I will tell you another dream that I had. I walked into a room that was only crystals, like all the walls, they were crystals embedded in the wall. And it was like I was in seventh heaven because I love crystals, I love rocks, anything from nature. Okay, so I'll tell you my dream of Mother Earth. Let me remember. I was in South America when I went on a visit in the year 2010. And I had gone and walked in her forest. And I had picked some fresh figs. They were pink. Those are my favorite. And I'm not kidding you, they were this big. And when you break them in half, the flesh is pink. And they're so delectable. It's like there's nothing I can compare it to. There's nothing I can compare it to. And the texture is different too. And it has like these tiny little seeds. And anyway, I had gone to the nature. I had gone for a long walk. And I picked some of these delicious fruits and I took them home. And I remember it was around 4. It was like late afternoon and I was kind of tired and it was a very warm day, so I just laid down on the sofa and I started to doze off. I had eaten some of those delicious fruits of the figs and I went into a deep sleep. I guess I took a nap. And then I was walking in a path where there are cypress trees. I often dream with there's cypresses, these long beautiful trees that grow like this in a point, and they have them a lot like in Italy, in Chile. I believe I've seen them in Chile as well. Okay, so I was walking on this path, just walking. I was all by myself with these trees around it on both sides, and then I came to an opening and I saw the most beautiful, absolutely beautiful view of mountains, and it looked like fjords. It looked like I was in southern Chile, and the mountains were covered with snow. And then I heard a sound, like a beautiful sound of a harp, but it was a mixture of a harp and a guitar. And then I remember that I was looking because I wanted to see where the sound was coming from. And then all of a sudden I hear, you know, when you hear someone walking in the forest and you hear like this because you hear the rumbling of the leaves and the ground. And then I was looking down because I was, I looked down, further down that way towards the front, and I saw a foot, but it was a very delicate foot. It was a woman's foot, and her feet. She was a giant, tall and svelte. I mean, I looked down, and her legs were trunks like a tree, but her feet, her fingers were delicate and covered in moss, very fine moss that it almost looked like sand. I mean, so fine. And she had flower rings. She had flower rings around her toes, little tiny, some were white. And I remember hearing the sounds of birds, and all these birds were flying around her. And they were eagles. They were I'm trying to think all the different types of birds that you can imagine, colorful ones. But I remember seeing the eagles and hummingbirds and swallows, and I mean every bird that you can imagine. And they were all flying around her. But I was just mesmerized looking at her feet and how she would walk so delicately and so feminine like, and her arms were like branches. Her arms were like branches, but they were still arms, but they were like branches, and then she had like leaves coming out and branches coming out of her branches. And her voice was, she had a sound like if you think of a stream in the nature, when you're hearing a stream that just runs very delicately, but then behind that there was a sound of a humming. I my voice, no, but I heard it was like a sound of a voice, almost like a high pitched sound, and I want to say almost with a soprano voice, I want to say. And she walked and she moved, and it was almost like a dance. She was almost dancing. She was not how do I explain this? I so wish that I could take like a camera and film my dreams, because my dreams are like movies in my mind, and they're so colorful and so real, and so many of them come true. So it excites me whenever I dream, and I have my notebooks next to me. I always have my notebooks. I always have notebooks next to my bed, and I write all the, look, I write all my dreams, that things that happen, and I just write it down, and then later on I put it down on another book so that I can, see it. Okay, so I won't forget it. So let me tell you, I love the moss in her arms, in her legs, and then when I came to her face, I don't think that there is a woman, an actress. I don't know who I can compare her to, because there isn't a face like that. Her face was exquisite. Her eyes were green. Her eyes were green, and she had like petals around her that just floated around her, and her scent was pure flowers, all flowers. She had a sound, and her sound was waters, even ocean waters, the sound of ocean, all mixed together, like with music. She was like a walking poem. And I haven't written a poem about her yet, although I do write a lot of things, but it's been difficult for me on all these years, because there's so much, and sometimes the words cannot convey what I feel and hear. My mind and my heart, they have a connection. It's like the mind and heart coherence that I have, that I am, it helps me to, I see things here, I feel them, and then they are. Don't know how to explain that, like manifestation. For me, this dream, I believe the love that I have for Mother Earth. I'll get emotional because I feel her. And because I feel her, I believe she gave me this dream that has lingered all these years in my mind and in my heart. And um, all the animals were around her. And everything was babies. There were no big animals. There were even like baby tigers, baby lions, so small zebras, small elephants. Everything was little, and she was happy. And I remember that she had her hands. She took her hands like this into her womb, and she touched her womb, and then she said, "Love me, love me, love me." So she touched her womb because she is a mother, and she wants to feel love from her children, to feel devotion. And how do we show devotion to a being that we don't know, when we don't even know ourselves? See, everything in this world is sacred. There's life within life. There's life inside this life. We are magical beings. We are truly magical beings. When she held her hands in her womb here in her tummy, there was a little white dove that came and perched itself in her breast. And it was there, and it kind of cradled her with its little head. And Mother Earth, she like bowed her head down like this, and with her branch arm she embraced it. And it was a beautiful thing. I know that Mother Earth and God are one. I know that she is not just the ground we walk on. She's a spirit, and she's alive, and she has feelings. And this dream, after I when she did that with her hands and said, "Love me, love me," and all the birds were flying around her. And you know what? I remember her hair. It was like a cascade of water that never ended falling. It was. There's this artist, this British artist. I think her name is Josephine Wall. She paints magical things, beautiful things. And I believe that I've seen a couple of her paintings. And someone gave me a card one time. And she paints kind of like my dreams, how my dreams are. But I have yet to see a face that looks like Mother Earth. A Mother Earth is a goddess. And I think it's like a combination of all of the goddesses. A beautiful being. Her thighs were beautiful. And they were like trunks of a tree. And she had a dress, but her dress was intricately, I want to say, made in a material that wasn't material. It was, if you think of the petals, if you take petals and you overlap them over each other like this, and then with tiny little white flowers in between, and kind of formed like a dress, but she was only partly dressed, I guess, the front, and it was kind of hanging, like draped over her, and draped over her breast. And then she had moss. It was all moss, like this fine moss that it reminded me of sand because it was so fine. I was so enamored with this dream and with her and the surroundings. And then I asked her, I said, "Please teach me, Mother Earth. Please teach me." I didn't call her Mother Earth, I called her Pachamama. I've always called her Pachamama. I told her, please, I asked her, "Please teach me. Teach me your ways. Teach me the ancient ways. So I've been doing this for some years now, where in the fall I'll go and buy the best raw honey, and I want to have bees one day in my home. I can't wait. One day I want to have bees. Anyway, but I get honey and I get beautiful flowers. At that time of the year in October, there aren't very many flowers left in the garden, so I purchase beautiful flowers for her. And it's usually roses, and I do baskets, little baskets with rose petals. And then I'll go to the mountain by myself. I'll park my car and I'll have some music playing. Sometimes I will dance. I've done that with some friends too. And I gather a group of girls, and we were under in the moonlight, and we danced. But and I love her, and I worship the ground that she allows me to walk on. Um, that was that was my dream. I remember that when I woke up, I was so happy. I was so very happy because I knew that she came to me and she showed me her face. She showed me her she showed me her being. She showed me who she was. She showed me, I want to say, a part of me too, because we are interconnected with everything in this world. And like, I know I'm part of water. I know that some people don't believe this, but I know that there's the art of, okay, the stars. I know I come from the stars, but the signs, the zodiac signs. Like, I'm Sagittarius, and I think this is why I'm wild and free. And I'm the archer, the archer, and I want to learn how to do that one day too. There's a lot of things that I want to learn how to do. I'm part animal, part horse, and part human, and I can understand that. I think that's why I have a wild side to me. I don't like to be bound with anything. Of course, we have responsibilities and we have things that we need to do, but deep down in my soul, I'm the type of a person that, if like most people have to plan, like, oh, let's plan this vacation, and they plan the whole summer for this vacation. For me, like, the best vacations, the best, not just vacations, but it has to be something impromptu and not planned, and just say, hey, go get your suitcase and put some stuff in there. Let's go here. Let's go to Cancun, or let's go here, or let's go there. Or let's get on the plane and go here or wherever. Or let's just go camping, but without planning. I like both, but mostly I like the other. And there's a lot of things that I want to experience in this world that I haven't yet experienced. Like, I dream of going one day in one of those hot air balloons. I've always wanted to do that. I'm not afraid of heights, and I've done bungee jumping and a lot of other things that are very daring that most people don't do. And I think that's just because that's just part of my personality. I'm going to share with you. I have this very special little book. It's one of my journals that I'm writing for a very special person. But there's a couple of poems that I want to share with you here. I just love Rumi. I don't know about you, what you what do you think about the poet Rumi, the ancient Persian poet Rumi, about gratitude. Gratitude is the wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk. That would be the only alcohol I get drunk on, I think. Anyway, so okay, I'm going to read you something about life. I'm going to read you a couple of little poems that I've written that Mother Earth has inspired me. And one of them is life. And this one is called Abba. This is my God, my best friend. And this is about the earth and about life and everything. Because to me, the earth is life. Life is wondrous because thou art wonder. Life is happiness because thou art. How is it possible to have not perceived thee if thou art closer to me than my own heart? I wrote that back in 2009. I'm inspired by Mother Nature. I'm inspired by nature itself. Um, I feel that poetry is an expression of your soul. I'm going to share this one with you also about life. But before that, I'm going to read you this. Rumi said this: love smells like perfume, so it gets discovered. Love cannot help itself but to be discovered. Isn't that beautiful? How beautiful is life. She embraces me with her gifts, adorns me with her golden and silvery threads of journeys sown in the mist of times. She weaves a most memorable, perfect moment. I am as clay is in the hands of the potter. I am as the beloved is in the hands of the lover. Love, life is my music, and I her song. She lifts my spirit to songs unknown. I am abased in her beauty, enthralled in her essence. I am filled with her passion. I am filled with her light. How beautiful is life. How precious and beautiful is she. This I wrote in 2010. Okay, this is another. A lot of them don't have a title. It's just because I wake up and then I have all the thoughts in my heart and in my mind, and I just have to write really fast because my spirit, my inner child tells me what I am and who I am and what I'm here for. I am a hollow vessel, hollow, pliable as bamboo when tender. Out of hollowness my music is born. Thou art my composer, I am thus your song. Thou art my potter, I am thus earth. Thy soft hands do shape me in all conceivable forms. And this one is about cherishing. Cherish the day. This one does have a title. This day with rain, sunshine, thunder, storm, 24 hours of pure breath, pure heart, pure soul. Mercy's been given for life this day, and all its wonder holds me closer to heaven, and this I cherish, for this moment, sacred in time, is what I am and all I own. I hope you guys like poetry. I just love poetry. I love to read, and I love to read poetry, and I love to write poetry too. But for me, it comes not every day, but it comes when it comes. Now, this one here is about Mother Earth. It's called The Seed. I am a tear from heaven, a daughter of the elements. Air carries me to places where my fruitful seed awakens. I am a carpet of luscious green. Here I am nurtured lovingly within beloved spring. Earth's bosom embraces, allowing growth from the deep, raising my branches towards blue vastness. I hear the exuberance of summer call. Little birds fly to and fro. Heavy with ripened fruit I am, up above, thus below. Enchanting autumn is now fall. Breathtaking colors appear. My leaves nurture, embracing the ground. Back into slumber where I was first found. In winter thus I sleep. Again I wait the call from spring. That was written, oh, it was probably in the year 2000. Deep in the silence before the dawn, I find your breath, I hear your unutterable song, vehemently awakening my soul to a new dream. Your love embodied in all I see and touch, soft, gentle as the petals of a rose on a summer breeze. This love that feeds my heart and raptures my soul endears itself into me as the roots of an ancient tree extend themselves beneath the deep ground. Yes, I think I'm a romantic at heart. You know, I see God in you, in all of you. I'm going to read you something I wrote many years ago. I think it was the year 2012. I see God in you. As I gaze upon your face, I realize that I have never been without it. This love blossoms as 1,000 petals unfold from a single lotus flower. Your fragrant essence, aroma of your soul, awakens me into the reflection of you. My beloved, I see God in you. Patiently I await in the stillness of the garden, surrounded by a myriad of flowers and beautiful trees. I get emotional when I read this. Warm ground beneath our feet, cool breezes caress like a flowing singing stream. My beloved, I see you. I see God in you. I have loved you for eons, for thousands of years and more. Your desires have become mine. You have become my melody, my song. Your love has transformed me with the metamorphosis of love. As your lips kissed my spirit, your magic fingers touched my very life. Beloved, I see God in you. I am now like you, no longer a lesser image of my own, but a weaved heart within a heart. Alas, you have lifted me, made me whole, unveiling my sleep of dreams to a bright enshrouded morn. Beloved, I see you. I see God in you and in me. Well, I think that's all I'm going to read today. I hope that you enjoyed this time with me as I have enjoyed it with you, and sharing my thoughts. And I appreciate you so much for being here, for listening to me. I hope that my words can inspire you and help you to find your true selves and find that which makes you happy. Find that makes you smile. Find that makes you be you, and appreciate and love you. Love your inner child. Forgive yourself for mistakes that you've made. We all make mistakes. And sometimes we do things because of our egos and because we wear a mask. But detach from your mask. You don't need it anymore. Be yourself. And you know what? The universe will adore you because, we have the light of God within us. And choose the things that make you happy. Choose that makes you grow. Learn from others. Learn from your mistakes. And be kind to you. Be kind to you and be kind to others. If you're in a relationship that you're not happy in, then take measures and change. Only enjoy that which your heart wants. Be in this moment, because this is all we have, is this moment. Be transparent in your truth. When you look in the mirror, you see you. There's nothing else, there's you. regardless how you haven't brushed your hair, you haven't brushed your teeth, but that's you. Then after you take a shower, you get all prettied up and everything, you look in the mirror and that's you. Love you. Be kind to you. When you do this, you honor yourself and you honor the God that created you. Make life a beautiful life, and learn from nature. Love Mother Earth as she loves us. Let us pray together always in our heart. Have a prayer for our brethren wherever they may be in other continents. Let's pray for her waters. Let's pray for her soils. Let's pray for the skies. Let's bless everything. Bless everything. That if you see something when you're driving that doesn't look appealing, if you see people living in the street begging, you can't stop in the middle of the road, but give them your love. Send them your blessings. Father, I bless that person that they may have something to eat tonight. Father, I bless that family. Father, I bless that accident. Bless everything, because we're all one together. All of us one together make this earth. All of us one together make this world. We need to stop having borders. And I'm talking about not just borders with the countries, but first start here in our own homes. Oh, I'm not talking to my uncle because he pissed me off, or I hate my mom because of this, or my dad, he's an ass, and da 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 da. You know, forgive. No one's perfect. No one is perfect. But perfection lies within us. How? We get to choose. Do you want to be perfect? Then choose. Do you want to have perfect actions? Choose. You want to make a mark in this world? Choose. You get to choose. You get to choose which continent to live on. You get to choose what music to listen to, what books to read, what people to surround yourself with, what career to follow, how I'm going to spend my day tomorrow, what you're going to eat. You get to choose. Choose love. Choose the most delicious life that tastes delicious. People taste delicious, yes. People are delicious. Little babies are delicious. Life is delicious. Think of the best thing that you love. Like me, I love fruits. Oh, dry fruits, fresh fruits. I could eat fruits my whole life, just fruits. But I have a weakness. I love bread. I'm a baker, I'm a gourmet cook, and I love artisan breads. And I'm going to build myself a wonderful oven in the outside, and then have my breads, put them in there, and pizzas and all that. Do things for you. Enjoy the music of life. Be grateful. Be a lover, not a hater. Lovers are better. Lovers live better lives. Forgive. Follow the words of Jesus. Jesus, he knew what he was talking about. He walked the walk. He was the walk. He's my best friend. I adore him. I just love him. Him and Buddha and all the other ascended masters. They're just cool. And I love this world. And even though I may not know you all personally, you're all my soul family, and I love you. You're all my little hummingbirds out there. Okay, I'm a hummingbird. I don't know about you. Maybe you're an eagle. Maybe you're a swan. I love all the birds. They're all beautiful. I bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Love yourselves. Love Mother Earth. Surrender to your dreams. Surrender to your heart. I don't know what more to tell you, but be the music. Let your life be the music. Let your life be a poem. Create your life into a poem that emanates from your heart. When you walk on the street, walk with pride and with your neck up like that. You, my mom used to tell me when I was little, my grandparents, stick up that chest and straight up. Be proud, but proud in who you are, with a humbleness. You know what I mean? And just love you. And if you can make a change, make it today. To do things consciously and purposefully, and make decisions for you to make your life so beautiful that when you look back next year, think, oh, my life has changed so immensely. My life has changed because I did this and this and this consciously. Study yourself, learn about you, what makes you tick, what dreams did you have? Do you want to go to? I want to go see the world. I want to travel the world. I've been in many places, but I have yet to see the pyramids. I want to go see the pyramids. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to the Strait of Magallanes. I want to go to southern Chile. My sister, actually, she's right there with her husband right now. They went to the beautiful, gorgeous, most beautiful Torres de Paine. Oh, it's an exquisite place. I want to go there hiking one day. Just do life in color. Do life in color, people. Do yourself a service, because the last day when your breath is taken away, you don't get another day to live here in this beautiful world. And you want to have lots of memories here and here, so that you can have memories with you in your other places where we're going. I love you. God bless you all. I love you, my soul family.